In this video, we're looking at 5 common sales mistakes on websites. Welcome back. My name is James Newell and I teach people how to sell. In these videos, we look at how to find, engage, close, and follow up clients, as well as understanding the psychology of your buyer. In this video, we're looking at common sales mistakes that are made on websites and what you can do about them. So let's get straight into it. The first common mistake that I see all too often is it's not really obvious how to buy your product or service. There's no obvious CTA, call to action. I have to hunt out, well, yep, like the product, like the service, looks great, but how do I buy it? Where do I go? So not having an obvious call to action, obvious CTA, a buy now button or a call us, email us, whatever, is burning your website visitors. People are going to bounce off your website because they literally physically don't know how to buy from you. It's one of the most ridiculous reasons to lose somebody, but trust me, it happens more often than it should. So have a look at your website today. Where is your CTA, your call to action? Is it obvious? Is it bold? Could you move it up? Could you make it larger? Could you highlight it in color? What could you do to make it more obvious how to buy from you? The second sales mistake on websites that I see, as well as not having a very clear call to action, is having too many clicks. So for me to buy from you, I have to click here and then choose a color and then do this and then do that and then fill out my address, my inside leg measurement, my DNA code, everything else. Too much information is required and too many clicks are required. The fact is, as buyers and as people, we follow what's known as the path of least resistance. If you look at the Amazon website in particular, it's disgustingly easy to buy from them. They've made it as easy as possible because they realize that people are inherently lazy. Sorry, we're just going to go for the easiest, most efficient way to meet our needs, and that reflects in the Amazon website. It should reflect in yours. So have a look at the number of clicks, the number of pages, the amount of information that's required for somebody to go from being a cold visitor to actually buying from you. And what could you eliminate? What could you minimize? What could you cut out that's not going to affect my experience as a buyer, but it is going to make it much easier for me to buy from you? So how can you eliminate the number of clicks to take me from visitor and browser to buyer? Sales mistake on websites number 3, and I covered this in the main sales mistakes video on my channel. You're probably selling the wrong thing. Now, there's this notion I have in my business that I teach my clients and students, which is sell the destination, not the journey. Nobody wants to buy a plane seat, but everybody wants to go on holiday. When you see airline adverts, they often look like this. You very rarely see a picture of a plane or a plane seat in them, and that's because the airlines intrinsically understand that you don't really care about having a plane seat per se. What you want is the rest and the relaxation and the feeling of being on holiday with your family or with your significant other. So have a look at your website. Are you focusing on the details, the measurements, the specifics, the technicals, or are you talking about the transformation, how you leave people better than when you found them? Selling the destination, not the journey, is the number one issue that pretty much all salespeople face, and it's the most common, and it occurs because of a cognitive bias, a natural way that our brain has of thinking, which causes us to think about ourselves and our viewpoint first and foremost. It's called the false consensus effect, and I'll link below to that concept and all the other concepts mentioned in this video. So look at your website after this. Are you selling the destination or are you selling the journey? And let's get really clear on what that destination is. How do you leave people better than when you found them? Sales mistake on websites number 4, and this happens so often, no social proof. Now, social proof is just a fancy way of saying reviews, case studies, testimonials, all that good kind of stuff. But if there's nothing on your website that demonstrates to me that you can deliver the result you claim to be able to deliver, and that your experience and lots of people have used you and other third-party people have given their feedback, either through Trustpilot or Google or Facebook reviews or LinkedIn recommendations, any of that kind of good stuff, if there's no evidence there, no proof, no social proof, then the chances of me buying are going to be diminished because I'm worried now. What are the unknowns here? What are the risks? If you're as good as you claim to be, then surely lots of people would have bought from you and lots of people would have said nice things about you. So if you have social proof, reviews, case studies, star reviews, all that kind of good stuff, make sure it's on your website. Link to your Google reviews, link to your Trustpilot reviews, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have any at all, then stop this video right now Go to the last 3 clients that you've dealt with, pick up the phone to them, email them, whatever you're going to do, and ask them for a review. Asking for feedback and reviews really needs to be part of everybody's sales process. So as the business goes forward, we collect more and more and more and more and more, and it becomes an asset for your business that you get to keep forever. So sales mistake number 4, not having any social proof on your website. No way of demonstrating to me that you can actually deliver what you claim to be able to deliver. And finally, now my business is called Clear Sales Message. It's my job to help people articulate their value proposition, differentiate in the marketplace, and just make sure people understand what the hell they actually sell. How about that? One of the things that I come across all too often is businesses with an abstract name. So the name doesn't explain what they do. It doesn't really mention anything at all. It's a hybrid. It's something that's the preference of the owner of the business, or it's just not commercially viable in my opinion. So if I'm called James Newell Consulting, then my website is of course going to be jamesnewellconsulting.com. But the problem is, what do I consult on? You have no idea. It doesn't tell you. So the URL, the domain name, the website address for that doesn't do me any favors. It's not commercially viable. So one of the really simple things that you can do, and you don't have to rename your company or anything drastic like that, you can buy a better, simpler domain name and point it at the current website. So imagine if rather than jamesnewellconsulting.com, I had clearsalesmessage.com, which is my actual website address. Clear Sales Message, you should be able to guess from those 3 simple words what I do, and you should be absolutely right, and you'll find that on my website. So look at your current website address. If it's the same as your business name and your business name is abstract and doesn't give too much away, then now is a great time to consider buying a better URL that you just point back at the existing one. No need to rename the business, no need to move your website at all, but we're just using a website address that's easy to read, write, speak, and spell, and it's easy for people to connect with and understand what they might get. Okay, got a question for you. Do you fear, hate, or avoid selling? It's very common to not be comfortable with selling, cold calling, speaking with people, asking for the business, talking about money, all that kind of stuff. If you fear, hate, or avoid selling, then I'd like to let you know about this digital book I created called Scared to Sell. Scared to Sell is designed to tell you and to educate you as to why you feel the way you do and why you approach selling in the way that you do. It gives you the behavioral side of things, the mechanics, the communication basics of why you might not like selling, and then more importantly, what to actually do about it. So how to go from fearing and avoiding selling to embracing it, understanding what it's really about. It's just communication, what it's really about. And that frees you and allows you to really transform your performance because you come from a place of having what I call selling confidence. So if you fear, hate, or avoid selling, head on over to scaredtosell.com. You'll find the book there. It will help you to overcome that age-old issue that so many people face, which is, oh, I'm not really a salesperson. Oh, I don't like selling. Trust me, sales is a skill that can be acquired. Salespeople aren't born. They learn, and I can teach you how to do that. Scaredtosell.com. Okay, that's it for another video. Thank you so much. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps me to reach more people on the YouTube platform with my sales education. And also in the comments below, which sales mistakes on websites have you seen or have you committed yourself and then you've realized what you've done and you've changed it? I'd love to know. Leave a comment below. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.